Do 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 do. Chain to the rhythm, to the rhythm, to the rhythm. I came to play. I got a price to pay. Time to get it on knees. I came to play. Dum 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 dum. Hi, Jude. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Lola and Heart as well. Just coming on for a wee chat and things like that. I think Alex Anderson's coming on in a little while. We're going to have a chat about mental health and such like. So, she's actually on a Western just now. Hopefully it works. Hi Tommy, I'm off to bed soon, but wanted to say hi. Send you a love, Jude, as well. I hope you have a nice sleep. You need it, I suppose, obviously when you're working now as well, so that's great. Everything's going well. I've got a busy next week. I'm actually moving house again on Thursday, so a lot to do, so I'm got on with that. Tomorrow I've actually got my psychiatrist appointment to get this borderline personality fixed out, so hopefully that go well. And obviously my way in with my eating disorder nurse, so anxious, but we'll see how that goes. So glitchy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing fine. How are you?
Well, I had my anorexic fit where I didn't eat for 4 days, but
Yeah, I know you'd said that. Yeah, it's terrible the way it happens, isn't it? It just comes out of the blue and things like that. But it's glad that you're back on the kind of back in on track anyway.
yeah, the emergency room, I've got some phone calls on my phone that I have to return because they're putting me under more services.
That's great.
Yeah. So I have to return the calls and they'll get me a nurse and they'll get me things like that.
That's great. I don't know if you actually watch Antoinette Bev on YouTube. She actually posted a video last night, and I want to send her all my love and support because she's actually said in her video last night she's given up. She thinks her eating disorders beat her, and she just doesn't want to live anymore. But she actually said that she will never harm herself. But Lauren Kenzie actually made a great comment. She said below, she says, "We send you all our love and support." She says, "But I know you say you don't want to harm yourself, but you've got to understand that when you're in an eating disorder and you're not wanting to recover, you're actually committing suicide slowly because you're actually killing yourself slowly." She says, "You're
Yeah.
only 27. She says, "You've got so much life to live." But she's
I
what
ate just a,
such, and I hope she doesn't. Like I say, I send her all my love and support because
I ate just a little yesterday and gained a kilogram. And like that really scares me.
I know that can happen obviously because of your metabolism, and it obviously slows down when you haven't eaten and such. But most likely it's probably just water weight because obviously if you've been starving for a good few days, you've probably lost a lot of fluid, and that will be fluid more than anything.
Yeah. It's it's the anorexia. It just takes over.
I know, definitely. My anorexia is totally under control at the moment. The only thing that I'm suffering with is this borderline personality disorder. It's just taken over my life. I keep thinking I'm worthless, and I get very, very angry at times, and I'm never like happy. It's either away up here or down here. And my happy place is just like a kind of calm state, and it's taken over so much. And hopefully tomorrow, I've
Yeah,
actually got my psychiatrist tomorrow, so hopefully I'm going to get help a bit tomorrow and see how it goes from there. But we'll see.
yeah. It's I call it the devil of a disease because it eats you up. It takes over and it eats you up.
Definitely.
And like I knew what
I
I
know
was
that's
doing,
that's
I
what a
couldn't
lot of people
stop.
don't understand. They kind of glamorise others.
I I
Definitely.
was at my ABA meeting, my Anorexics and Bulimics Anonymous meeting, and I finally confessed to what I was doing, and one of the girls took me to the hospital, and um then waited till the nurse came and got me, but it was, you can't stop it. It just like gets in there. You gotta fight that voice.
Yeah, that's it. It becomes an ingrained behaviour.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's what a lot of people don't understand about eating disorder voice. They seem to think it's like a bit like schizophrenia and such like, but it's not like that, because schizophrenia is really like an outer voice, where the eating disorder is like an inner voice, and it's like you're at one side of your brain, the eating disorder at the other, and it's like you're fighting this kind of Jekyll and Hyde.
yeah.
It's
It's
it's absolutely terrible. It really is.
I thought I was over that.
I
But
don't really think that it's something we ever get over. I think it's something we'll have all our life, but it's a bit like, if you can think of it, like a drug addict or an alcoholic. They've just got to abstain from obviously having drugs or alcohol. But for us, the thing that we need to abstain from, but is the thing we need to keep us alive, which is the food. So it's a whole different ballgame, because we've got to have food every single day to stay alive, same as everybody. So our demon is the thing that we need to keep us alive. So it's really, really hard. It's a different thing altogether. And
yeah, it's life sustaining. We have to have it. We can't avoid it. So
exactly. And I always say we don't actually hate food. That's the thing. We love food. It's not the food that's the issue. It's actually the things that's going on in my life, and it's crazy.
we can't get around it. It's life sustaining. We have to have it. So we can't just say, okay, I'm not gonna touch this addiction. It's like we have to have it.
Yeah.
So we fight it that much harder. It's that much
That
harder.
one of the things that I heard somebody say the other day, and it was a great. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And what I was going to say is that the other day somebody actually said something to me, that recovery, the biggest first part of recovery is avoiding temptation. And what they meant by that is obviously avoiding things like maybe your binge foods or your exercise or anything that obviously triggers your eating disorder. It's just to say, alcoholic, avoid temptation, avoid being near alcohol. A drug addict, avoid being near anything to do with drugs. But it's a different thing for somebody with an eating disorder.
yeah, yeah. And it's I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking,
I
but
don't know what's.
I'm still stuck on, not eating much. And yesterday I ate just a little and I gained, like I said, a kilogram.
Yeah, I can totally understand that. Thanks very much for the likes, Fat Flame Face. Lovely to see you here. Yeah, you'll get through this. Like I say, you've just got to. You know only too well. You've suffered this for years and years, and it's just about pushing through the bad times. But recovery isn't linear, as the saying goes. It's get bumps in the road. And one thing I've actually noticed recently, I don't know if you can see this, even though I'm recovering with my eating disorder, that I'm actually beginning to go bald here quite a bit, which is really, it's terrible.
It's good. I
I know it's the thing that's worrying me tomorrow with my psychiatrist appointment is there's a good chance that they'll probably try and stop me from being vegan for now, because they actually said to me, even though I've gained like 19 kilograms since May last year, the thing that they're worried about is I haven't gained the amount as quickly as if I was vegan. So what I actually want to do is in a care plan in place that I've actually got to sign, or I could be sectioned. When what that will entail is that I eat non-vegan, and I'm really really worried about that. But what I'm going to say to them, I'm going to say, look, for me, vegan has done so much. It's helped to actually cure my eating disorder in a lot of ways. I've got all over things like my fear foods and such likes. And what I might ask to do is, I don't know if you ever heard of this product called Younow. It's basically like it's a vegan protein drink. Basically, it's got all your calories in a day in it. What I might ask to do is actually to get the extra weight on is have my vegan meals plus this Younow drink to obviously supplement it and get the weight on quicker. Because the last thing I want them to do is to obviously stop me being vegan, because I'm all about the animals and that's what it's all about. All my activism and such likes, but they can't actually do that with us, and that's an unfortunate thing. And I just really, really hope that doesn't happen. But I think they're probably going to try that.
That's interesting. They may stop me from being vegan because they may put me on a delivered diet where they deliver my diet each day, and it's with meat. So they may stop me from being vegan. So I'm not
that's the
looking
thing that a lot
forward
of
to.
people don't understand.
Yeah,
I know that what I was going to say there. That's what a lot of people don't understand. They think that they'll lash out at people that's in eating disorder recovery if they can no longer be vegan. But what they don't understand is that people with eating disorders, your eating disorder recovery team have all the control over you, and basically they don't really want you adopting a vegan lifestyle, because certain people do use a mask for their eating disorder. But like me and you, others, we don't use it as an eating disorder. The thing that happens with eating disorder is when you have got an eating disorder, usually when you are non-vegan, you actually worry about things like animal products because they have got the highest calorific content of any foods. So that's the things that you usually cut out. And that's why a lot of people do go vegan, because they know when they are vegan, they're missing out the food groups anyway, so that they're going to be lower calorie. So they try and obviously go raw to four and such likes. But for me, it's all just about just being vegan and having an abundance of foods, and that's the way I think they've really got to do it.
yeah. Well, I want to remain vegan, but they may put me on one of these cooked meal plans where they bring your meals in every day. So in that
Exactly.
case,
It's like Lola Engelhart says here, not being vegan in treatment is a very scary thought. It really, really is. It's especially when you're doing it all for the animals, but at the same time, you've got to think to yourself,
you
veganism's
can
going to
go
be there when
vegetarian, but
I'm healthy, and you've got to look at it that way.
you can go vegetarian, but it's a lot of dairy products, and I'm allergic to dairy, so
I don't know if you ever when you've been if you've ever been in treatment, but they don't obviously, as you do know, they don't obviously have any vegan options in the hospital. But what really kind of got me kind of upset about it was they didn't have vegan options in the hospital, but they have options for things like kosher and all the kind of catering to obviously the Indian culture, and they do things like that. And that's what I don't understand. Why can they give things like kosher and halal options, but they can't give a vegan option? But even vegetarian
exactly.
options, yeah, even vegetarian options were absolutely few and far between, because I actually remember there was a girl in there, she was vegetarian, and she would be wanting vegetarian meals, and the only kind of vegetarian option they actually had was a salad or such likes, and it's crazy what I say, but
Exactly.
hopefully,
Ridiculous.
yeah, it's crazy.
It's they don't think about it. And none of these
They
places
really
that
don't.
deliver meals have vegan options.
I know I think it's a lot of the reason why I think as well is because when you're suffering with a long-term eating disorder, you need a very high protein intake, and that's what because all the government and such like and the meat and dairy industries obviously fund a lot of these scientific research into things like obviously your protein intake and your fat intake and how it's better for you, so they say. That's why it's all endorsed, because they don't actually think that we can get as much protein in a vegan diet, because when you're so long-term eating there, because of all the internal damage and such likes is needing done. And it's crazy because you can get all that in a vegan diet if you properly research it and do the right kind of
Of course.
looking on. Exactly.
Their dietitians don't know that much.
No, they don't know at all. I say, I find that you'll see one dietitian that will tell you one thing, that veganism is probably good for you. You'll see another that tells you being vegan's not good for you. I think it's really, really hard to find a good recovery team and support network. It's really, really hard.
Yeah, they don't know that much. You have to get a good dietitian who knows.
Lola Engerhart, yeah, Engerhart saying being vegan doesn't mean you save yourself, which some think I would be with processed foods, even though just vegan. Exactly. I eat processed vegan foods. Like I say, I enjoy my things like my vegan donuts, my vegan pies and such like. But it's really, really important that, because you need all the calories that you need, because sometimes you can need up to 5,000 and 6,000 calories a day just to actually maintain your weight and eating disorder recovery. Because when you've been restricting for so long, your body uses a ton of that to actually repair the internal damage, your heart, your organs and such like. And you can actually suffer things like hypermetabolism. That's obviously when you start to reintroduce calories to your body, when you're suffering for restriction for long, your metabolism goes through the roof and you burn off so much and you can actually lose weight in that.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't get it. They get it mixed up.
Exactly. Mimi says my previous account was Truth Kale. Oh, that's great to hear. I hope you can fan me on as well, and I'll fan you as well. So, are you on medication at the moment, or what are they kind of doing that?
Yeah. They just they don't have, like, they gave me in the hospital, they gave me a piece of bread with jam on it. And
Yeah.
that was all they could think of that was vegan. And you can guarantee the jam wasn't vegan.
I think it's crazy. Like I don't think they've got any kind of nutritional information at all. Like I say, but it's because they're all funded by obviously the meat and agriculture industries and such like. So it's terrible. It's just like Lola Engerhart said. It's sad they're yet to keep up with what has become so obvious over the years. Exactly. You know only too well that things like the meat and dairy obviously causes cancers, heart disease, strokes, and such likes. And they're still obviously funding all this, and they're making it the norm in hospitals. It's crazy. I actually find that you actually become more sicker in the hospital, because you go in there and they're treating your eating disorder as a BMI, body mass index. They're going in there and they're basically just sending you in there to fatten you up. They're not obviously dealing with the mental as it's going on in your head. Going in there, you're getting fat. You've got all incentive in your brain for the minute you release for the hospital, they're going to lose all that weight and so much more. What I think they should actually be doing is getting you in the hospital, getting you to a healthy BMI, then start dealing with the mental issues and keeping you in there, because it's basically like just sending you straight back out into the community with putting like a bandage on a broken arm, if you can imagine it. You're straight back out there and dealing with everything that you had before, and you're just getting straight back around in a circle.
Yeah, just they're mixed up. They don't know that much. They gave me 2 pieces of bread and I gave one to my dog.
I can totally understand that. It's terrible. So what's the kind of therapy that they're doing at the moment with you? I know you said that you were doing things like horse therapy and quite a few other things.
Yeah, I'm in this horse therapy program where you go down to these stables and you see these horses. Like, I've bonded with this horse, Sienna, and she's a pony.
That's great.
And I play with her, but I only have 2 more weeks of horse therapy. But there's a therapist there, and the therapist works with you, but you work with the horse too. So it's really nice. I'm sorry,
I've heard
2 more weeks
about that, because you hear so much about how animals are used in obviously eating disorder treatment and things, because especially dogs and that, because they have a kind of beneficial effect, because when you've got an animal, you obviously need to stay healthy, not just for yourself, but to look after that animal as well. And I think that's why they do use a lot of animals in treatment with eating disorders and mental illness and such, because they give you so much unconditional love. It's amazing.
Exactly. Like, the thing that snapped me out of it and got me to not want to stay in hospital was Holly, because I didn't want to stay there for Holly, because I didn't want her to stay there. And
exactly, that's what it's all about.
Exactly. And the horse therapy program is great, because you get right in there in the pen with the horse, and you cuddle the horse, and you play with it, and the horse reads you.
Well, I'm just hoping that I get some kind of treatment tomorrow, because, like I say, the eating disorder, I'm actually beaten in all areas, but it's really the borderline personality disorder. It's really prevalent in eating disorders, because a lot of people that with eating disorders do have it, and some people don't realise they've even got it, because you do things like, obviously, you begin to, you obviously hate yourself, you do things like obviously binge eating and such likes, and it's all part of the born personality. You do things like risky, you'll take risks on your life. Some people do things impulse buying, they'll do things like speed in their car, they'll take drugs, they'll obviously harm themselves. You do things like you lash out at people and such likes. 1 minute you're really happy, you're really sad. You feel you hate yourself when you lash out at people, because that's the borderline personality taking over. It's really crushing me, to say the least, and I feel like an absolutely worthless person, and I hate myself, and I lose the place with my wife and such likes, and it's terrible.
Exactly. And then with animals, though, you feel safer and better.
Definitely, yeah. Exactly, it's like Lola Engelhart says, to be able to connect with other animals, to get a positive interaction with some of the complexity that comes with human relationships, that can be very healing. Exactly. Really, really is. Like I say, this big guy here, he gives you all the love and much more.
They're wonderful. I don't know what I'd do
They
without
definitely are.
animals in my
They're a
life.
true testament to us human beings.
I've got Holly
You think
here.
of it, like I say, for all that they give us.
I've got Holly here. She's resting on the couch and she's just lying out and just resting out. She's figuring she'll take advantage of the
That's
time.
it. Like I say, for all they give us, yeah, he's the same. What he does at night is he actually crawls underneath my duvet cover, and I wake up during the night absolutely sweating, and I think to myself, why am I so hot? And then I look at the side, and he's lying behind my back, and you don't even feel that. It's amazing. David D
That's
says, "What kind of
hilarious.
cat is that?" It's a dog actually. He's a Lurcher cross between a Irish Wolfhound. He's about 6'6" standing up. He's absolutely massive.
That's hilarious. Holly likes to sleep on the other side of the bed, but she curls up into me. And so she's smack up
Yeah,
against me.
they're absolutely. And I've noticed something as well. I don't know if you notice it. They realise when you're feeling down or when you feel ill, they're always right beside you. It's as if they actually know. It's great the way they do it.
Oh no. No, I didn't. Holly is really sweet.
Yeah, they really are. They're amazing. So how's things been going with your Younow streams and such like? So I know you've obviously been doing quite a few of them because YouTube's actually, I think YouTube's actually dead because they're trying to limit everything on there. Like I say, they're even got to the point now where you've got to have like, I think it's 10,000 or 20,000 views or something before you can even get monetisation. And like I say, it's not about the money and such like for like myself. I do it for charity and such like, but luckily enough, I've got that amount to a view channel where I can keep getting that to obviously the revenue to help the charities. But they're absolutely they're demonetising on every channel now, and it's getting beyond a joke. It's obviously because of this YouTube TV that they're actually bringing out, where it's you pay a subscription each month, and I think it's going to get to the point where everybody's going to be going elsewhere because we just can't help the people that we want to help.
Yeah. And I don't know what you can do about that, but um
I don't honestly know what's the way forward.
yeah.
So it's been absolutely lovely speaking to you, and I send you all my love. I'm just away to get my lunch and such likes and get something to eat. But keep fighting, and you know I'm here for you, and so is all the other guys. Like you'll definitely get through this. We'll all get through it, and that's what we've got to do: build this eating disorder community, be there for one another, and you'll get there, and definitely.
Yeah. Well, I will with Holly.
Definitely.
I will.
Holly's there 100%. I'll
She
speak
is.
soon. Sending you all my love.
She is. I'll get there with her.
Speak to you soon.
So, anyways, I am.
I hope you have a good week. I hope you have a good weekend, and I'll chat to you again soon.
Yeah.
So, guys, I hope you can go and fan Alex Anderson up. She's an absolutely amazing person. We'll be doing regular Younow streams in the next few weeks once I've moved house. Next Thursday, I'm moving. But before I go, sending all my love to Antoinette Bev. Like I say, keep fighting. You're so worth it. Like Shani always says, you're beautiful, you're worth it. We all are too. And as I always say, binge on life, purge negativity, have guilty feelings. Keep fighting, guys. Sending you all my love. Have an amazing weekend, and I'll speak to you all very soon.